Welcome to Discover Janesville. My name is Yuri Rashkin, and today we are guests here at the International Academy, which is one of charter schools through Janesville School District. My next guest is Jane Thompson, who actually is involved with International Academy. Jane, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a great space here in downtown Janesville. Can you tell us a little bit about the International Academy, how long it's been around, and its mission?
Yes, we started in 2005, January, with a pilot program. And after the pilot program that semester, we started full year in the school year 2005-2006. And so now we're in our fifth year, going on our sixth year. So, and how it started? Back in 1997, former Governor Thompson called on a lot of CEOs from multinational companies in the state of Wisconsin and said, what do our students in Wisconsin need to keep Wisconsin economically strong? And so he did this tremendous survey, and a report came out called the WITCO report, the Wisconsin International Trade Council report. And it outlined many recommendations for our students that they need for skills for 21st century and beyond, and to keep us strong here in Wisconsin. It sat on the shelf for a few years, and the Department of Public Instruction said, hey, how are we going to implement these recommendations? We ask businesses and community nonprofit organizations for input. How are we going to implement this? And so a group began to look at integrating and disseminating this information. Our former superintendent, with a committee of numerous people throughout our city, UROC, Blackhawk Technical College, both high schools, community, nonprofit, got together and come up with the idea of beginning this Academy for International Studies as an option for students to delve into those types of skills and learn skills, acquire skills, along with their standards and content through, their regular classrooms.
Something I think it's important to clarify, that International Academy is not like other charter schools, because it's for kids who maybe do not fit in. Well, how do I say this? They do fit in, but it's an extra opportunity for kids to do more than they would be able to do in a regular school environment. What is it that International Academy provides that's that extra?
You're right. Most schools, most charter schools in the state of Wisconsin are remedial. Probably 80 to 90% are remedial. However, across the nation, charter school is not necessarily remedial. That's kind of a stigma that goes with that charter here in Wisconsin. There are, though, many schools, even in Janesville, that or in our area, that try to work with all children, just like our other charter schools do. Our population is open to all students, 11th and 12th grade students at
11th and 12th,
Craig and Parker High School, and it's students who have an interest in looking at global issues, looking at world regions, global issues, problem-based issues. And so the students are able to come here and they earn an English 12 credit, a social studies 12 credit, and a world language and culture 12 credit. That credit is elective. The other two credits fulfill required standards classes for Craig and Parker High School, and the grades are recorded on their transcripts at Craig and Parker. So it's almost as an extension or an off-campus opportunity for students.
Kids come here, I think they have part of the day.
They do.
At their regular high school, and then second part of the day is here?
They can begin here at 8 a.m., just like at home high schools. And they're here for about a 2.5-hour block of time. They're given a little travel time to get back to their home high school for their fourth period. Or they start at their home high school and they're released after their fourth hour, have a little travel time to get here for the last 3 hours of the day. So they can choose either a morning session or afternoon session.
How did you become interested in this interesting line of work?
Well, I started out as a Spanish language teacher. I've always been interested in cultures around the world, perspectives. My heart's feeling is that we're all people all around the world. We all have hearts and souls. We all have the same dreams, aspirations. What is it that we need to understand one another? I really believe in the face-to-face diplomacy, meeting meeting someone from around the world instead of sitting back and thinking my assumptions and my thoughts of who they are. but meeting someone face to face and knowing who they are as a person has always been important. And so when I saw the information coming out from the Whitco report, and also DPI called on me to help with 8 other people form a statewide organization for international education. International education, what does it mean? It just means looking at multiple perspectives. You know, when football teams play, you know, you have to look at the other team. What's their strategy? What are they doing? It's just like the world, like we're all teams, I guess, you know, and say, how do they look at a situation? And how do we look at a situation instead of
perspective?
Right, and so that's always been important to me. And then our former state superintendent, Burmaster, asked if I would serve on an international education council for the state to look at how we can implement some of these needed skills for our students. We always talk about transforming schools. You know, we still have rows, many classrooms, have a bell schedule. How are we going to transform? And the school district looked at this as an opportunity, as a model program, to try something unique where it's multidisciplinary. The students have a block of time. The students have project-based, student-driven. We call in mentors. They're face-to-face with people from around the world, guest speakers, university professors, the university outreach centers. They're the ones who help deliver curriculum here, along with our language arts teacher, social studies teacher, and I also provide the world language culture.
Can you give, and I realize that everybody's different, and particularly in this setting, everyone has an opportunity to be different and is encouraged to be different, but is there some kind of a pattern or maybe something that you could say when you come here, you know, you're expected to maybe, it sounds like there's reports that people do, and if you could talk a little bit about kind of narrowing down to a specific example or something.
Okay. How about if I tell you, the first semester we focus on world regions, second semester global issues. Guest speakers come in, lessons are delivered to do with those things. For example, guest speakers from Israel, from Turkmenistan, from Russia, from China.
I had the pleasure of speaking to your group once, correct, but then students, what do they do?
And then the students identify a region of the world that they would like to research in depth, and then focus on a particular country. As they do that, they're learning research skills that are used at the university level. They're also learning communication skills, presentation skills for professional presentations. Communication and effective writing are really important skills for students as they leave our high school. And they're able to give those presentations to an audience at the end of the semester. And at the end of the second semester, they have a more in-depth project on a global problem-based issue that they present to a wider audience and a panel of jurors who evaluate and critique their presentation.
Great. Are there special fees that people need to be aware of when they get interested in International Academy?
No, but I want to tell you that our students have opportunity to get into enrichment opportunities, and we help find funding for them. For example, a team works on nuclear nonproliferation with
little stuff.
We're one of 12 schools in the nation that has been invited, and as long as our quality maintains that level, we're invited back each year, and we work with 10 schools from Russia. And they're also involved in global debates, debating with students around the world. There are no fees, no. There are sometimes fees to do some of our extension activities. However, in the past, we've been able to find support and friends that have been giving private donations, contributions to the student fund, and also students working on their own fundraising.
If people want to learn more about the Academy, is there contact number, website that people should have?
Yes, they can contact me here at the Academy for International Studies, and my email is in the School District of Janesville email, and that's the best way. There are so many unique opportunities here. It can't really be summed up in a sentence, you know, but I'd love to talk with them. My phone number,
if you feel you wanted to
get for the Academy. For the Academy is 608-314-1180, and I would love to share.
Is there a specific success story of a student that went through International Academy that you would feel you could share?
Yes, in 2005 in our pilot program we had a young man from Craig High School who wanted to go to UW-Madison, and in fact we got him connected to the International Studies Scholars Program. It's for incoming freshmen, and the dean of that college would love to have our students there. And he has continued through and he's learned several languages. He's traveled to Germany and worked with the Bundestag. He has doing a great opportunity. In fact, our former student is now our social studies teacher, and one of our language mentors is a former graduate, and now she's the vice president of the International Student Union at UW-Whitewater.
Great.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to, if somebody is thinking about either being a student here or they're a parent of
Yes.
future student, what would you like them to know about International Academy?
I would like them to know that this is a great opportunity to get their kids inspired and curious again about learning. It just re-engages them. It just gets them on fire, passionate about what they would like to do with their future. It helps them see beyond themselves, and it gives them an opportunity that's unique. And admissions colleges are looking at what students are doing that are civically minded and making responsible decisions based on gathering information.
What a concept.
Yeah. It's a great
Jane,
opportunity.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.